Ignoring bureaucracy and documentation, underestimating the language barrier, and choosing the wrong locations are some of the common mistakes that most expats make when moving to Portugal. If you want to know more, keep watching. Hello people, you're welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Wunmi Douglas, and on this space I share mostly informative content around my perspective and experiences as an African expat living in the EU. So if you will not mind, kindly hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up and make sure to watch this video to the very end. Thank you very much. So today, as you can already tell, I'll be sharing some common mistakes expats make when going to Portugal and how you should avoid them. Underestimating the language barrier. I mean, a lot of expats assume they can get by without actually learning Portuguese, especially because English is widely spoken in tourist areas. While the latter might be true, moving to Portugal is completely different from spending a few days to weeks as a tourist in Portugal. You'll eventually need to have a life here that goes way beyond just being a tourist. You need to build connections, find a community, join clubs, make friends and acquaintances, and none of which will be easy or possible if you are not fully integrated. Hence, learning the Portuguese language is absolutely essential. My advice would be to start learning before you move and to consider taking formal classes as soon as you arrive to make your integration, go a bit more smoothly. Not researching healthcare options. Some people think healthcare is free for all. Some experts don't even understand how the public healthcare system works or even how the private healthcare system works. It is important to do extensive research on the options that are available to you and how you can access them when you arrive. Understand that while public healthcare is available, experts usually require private health insurance, which was also a part of your visa requirements in the first place. If your district or region permits, make sure to register with your local healthcare center, or called the Centro de Saúde, to access public services, and also make sure that you have private insurance in place so that you can use it where necessary. Choosing the wrong location. So a lot of expats move to popular areas like Lisbon, the Algarves, Cascais, and Porto without fully considering whether these areas meet their lifestyle and budget requirements. A lot of people just take the blanket internet junk information that Portugal is inexpensive without fully considering the facts. So the truth is, lifestyle and cost implications varies across the country. So you cannot just cherry pick a location based off its popularity without fully considering your own unique situation. My advice would be to research different regions of Portugal before moving. This is because the cost of living and the pace of life, the community atmosphere varies significantly between the urban, rural areas, and even the Silver Coast. So, visiting potential areas that you want to stay for an extended amount of time will help you, decide and make the right choice. Ignoring bureaucracy and documentation. This is my favorite one yet. It is a mistake not to fully prepare for the complexity and time it can take to handle paperwork from visas to your residence permit and social security. I mean, we've been here barely 6 months and we haven't gotten our residence cards yet. I am filming this video in April and I wish I was kidding. And the amount of paperwork and documentation we've done so far, insane. We thought all of the paperwork ended after we got our visas. If you haven't watched the video already, I'm going to leave a link in the description with all the authentications, legalizations, notarizations we had to do before getting our visas. We thought, okay, this was it. We had no idea that was just the beginning of the paperwork and documentation we would require to be fully settled in Portugal. So we are finally at that point where we are waiting for our cards to be shipped, to be sent to our home, and we have been waiting since January 31st. My advice: adjust your expectations and be prepared to wait where necessary. Securing a residency in Portugal can be time-consuming and require a lot of documentation. And hiring a lawyer or a consultant that is familiar with local processes can make this a lot easier. In our case, we did hire a lawyer and she has been excellent in delivering her services so far. A common mistake most people make is believing Portugal is inexpensive overall without considering the significant regional differences in cost of housing, groceries, transportation, and basic amenities. This should actually be a no-brainer, so I don't get why people still fall into this trap. The truth is, Portugal is affordable in many ways, but areas like Lisbon, Cascais, the Algarve, and Porto have seen a significant rise in housing costs and other areas. So, research the real cost of living based on your preferred location and lifestyle. And also, budget for higher utilities, especially if you're coming from a region with milder climate. People sometimes overlook the complexities of Portugal's tax system, such as how foreign income or property ownership affects tax liability. And as a legal resident, nomad or not, all of your income has to be declared. My advice, you need to fully understand your tax obligations in both Portugal and your home country. So consulting a tax advisor or an accountant that is familiar with both systems is critical to avoid surprises. And my take is that you should do this as early on in the process as possible. A lot of expats stay within the expat communities and miss out on integrating into Portuguese cultures and building local relationships. And this is understandable, especially with the language barrier. But for how long? My advice would be to embrace the local culture by attending community events and learning the language. I cannot stress this enough. Learning the language and try to interact with your Portuguese neighbors. Also, joining local clubs like a fitness club or classes can help you meet people and understand local customs better. A lot of expats usually move to Portugal for the warmer weather without fully considering the climate variations between different regions in Portugal. Portugal has cold winters. Well, not exactly. But somehow, because of how the houses are built, it is not really, they're mostly not really energy efficient or optimally insulated. And central heating is not really a thing. So because of this, it tends to get really cold inside than it is outside. I mean, in the winters, the temperature could be like 15 degrees outdoors and literally feel like 0 to 2 indoors. If you don't believe me, take a look at some of the comments I found on an Instagram post a couple of days ago. Yes. All of it sounds about right and totally relatable. So, while the Algarve and most of southern Portugal offer more sunshine, the northern region of Portugal, such as Porto and Braga, are usually wetter and colder. So be sure to research the local climate of your chosen area to ensure that it meets your preferences so you won't be caught by surprise. Moving to Portugal without sufficient savings or financial planning for emergencies, that's a huge mistake, especially for international students. You need a financial safety net to get through your first 6-ish months of living here, especially if you're not earning consistently. So ensure you have enough financial cushion for unexpected costs like legal fees, medical emergencies, or delays in employment. Portugal can be affordable, yes, but it's important to have enough financial cushion that will get you through your first few months of staying here, especially before you get your residency. So that's it, guys. I hope you found this video informative. If you have any specific questions, please ensure to leave them in the comment section below and I will try to answer them as soon as possible. So thank you for watching, and until I come your way again in my next video, do have an amazing day. Bye-bye.